guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi Virgo, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. So we're doing the 22nd to the 28th of June 2020. As usual, starting with the general message, work, and then love. Okay, let's make a start. Okay, Virgo, so we have shuffled the cards. Pardon me, but when I did the last reading for the last sign, and I was putting the cards back into their respective decks, I accidentally put from the Tarot Royale, the Gilded Tarot Royale, into the into the spellcasters by accident. So that's why we've got kind of 3 spellcasters for work and 2 from the Gilded Royal, but I've just figured that the universe may have wanted me to do that for some reason or other, so that's why we've got a mishmash of decks in this area here. So let's have a look firstly at what's happening just generally. What is the general message for you? The Hermit. The Hermit is an interesting card because it can represent so many things. On the one level, the Hermit can represent Virgo, and that actually is you, isn't it? Of course, Virgo, that's your major arcana. Whenever I see the Hermit pointing towards a card, I always feel that somebody's discovering something, or you need to follow, or you need to be looking into something with the Hermit energy showing there. The 9 of Pentacles. I think that there is a need, probably. I mean, for some of you guys, it may be that there is a need, because the Virgo card of the Hermit represents a few things. One thing it can represent is the need to withdraw and to meditate and to spend some time on one's own in order to seek spiritual enlightenment. So, and then we've got a material card here of the 9 of Pentacles. So on one hand, we could probably think about with the Hermit that the message is there is a need to withdraw maybe from the trappings of wealth, from the trappings of material temptations, which is, I mean, the 9 of Coins is the home, but the 9 of Coins is also luxury as well. So it's the luxuries of, everyday life. It's the clothing that you wear, it's the it's the car that you drive, it's the nice things that you do, it's the it's all sorts of things when you get the 9 of Pentacles, because the 9 of Pentacles is a luxury card. This is a card about people who go out to restaurants, people who get massages, people who people who like the nice and the finer things of life. That's what the 9 of Coins is. The 9 of Coins is also a card about the gilded cage, because this can be a very nice environment to be in, but sometimes when you're the 9 of Coins, you're somebody who lives on their own, or you're somebody who lives in a very nice apartment, you've got very nice things, but you don't have much company. So for some of you guys, it may be that you, just as a play on words with the Hermit being about withdrawing and stuff like that, maybe there is a need to, because the Hermit wouldn't be into what the 9 of Coins is into. The Hermit doesn't want the trappings of wealth. He's not into wealth. He's not into all of the luxuries of life. He likes to strip everything down. So there could be a few messages here that we're looking at. One message could be the need for some of you guys to strip away with that Hermit energy the trappings of, materialism. Okay, this might be a week to focus on that, stripping away some of the stuff that you've got, for example. For example, with the 9 of Coins, it always reminds me of the word hoarding, even though I know the 4 of Coins is more the hoarder. This also reminds me of kind of having a lot of material nice things. So it may be that this is a week to strip away some of the material stuff, like for example, if you've got a lot of shoes, or you've got a lot of clothes that you don't wear, or you've just got a lot of stuff that you don't use, it may be a good week to really kind of do a bit of a spring clean and look into kind of stripping away things like that. It may also be a good week for coming out of the gilded cage. Some of you, we know that what's been going on around the world, and we've got this thing called lockdown. So the Hermit withdrawing, maybe it's a good week to come out of lockdown, to probably go out and do a little bit more than you would have done before. Though some of you may not want to, obviously. But also with the 9 of Coins, you can see the Hermit is looking into the 9 of Coins. And when I look at the Hermit is also a card about examination as well. The Hermit also ruled by Virgo. Virgo is the sign of work and service to others. So maybe you need to think about providing a service through the Hermit energy, okay? Maybe to people who are on their own in the home, because this is somebody who's in the gilded cage, but they're on their own in their home. So another thing that you could probably think of this week, another message could be about providing services to people who are on their own. If you thought about maybe helping people or offering yourself voluntarily wise to people who may be on their own during this time, maybe that's a good thing to do with these two cards. But also, being that the Hermit is a forensic scientist or a forensic accountant, if you get the Hermit and, for example, a Queen of Coins and a King of Coins, that's a forensic scientist. Sorry, that's a forensic accountant. If you get the Hermit and a Queen of Swords, King of Swords, that's a forensic scientist. So with the forensic accountant, you're looking into everything in terms of your finances. That would be your tax people or your, people who really kind of like people that deal in debt relief and things. But this looks like something you should be looking into your assets with the Nine of Coins energy. Some of you guys should be, and I'm going back to the old thing that I was just saying about you guys really looking into the assets and the material things and the luxuries that you've got. And you may want to think this week about dispensing with some things. If you've got a lot of stuff, that you don't use. For example, I have a lot of boots and things. I'm a winter person. I mean, I was born in the autumn, which is November, because I'm a Scorpio, but I love the winter. That's my favourite time of year when it's really cold. I'm not a fan of the summertime. I love the winter, so I tend to shop more. If I'm going to shop clothing-wise, it's always going to be more for the winter time. But I have a lot of boots and stuff, and a lot of stuff I've given away to my twin sister and my niece and things like that. So there may be a need to kind of look into also, as I've said, kind of the material, the things that you hold within your home, and also, think about maybe the things that you could give away, or maybe you need to focus on providing services to people that are on their own. But also the Nine of Coins is actually, is it Virgo? Hang on, we've got Virgo, yeah, it is. This is your card, your Virgo. Can't remember what the sign. Let me just have a quick look here. I hope you don't mind. Sorry about this. I'm just going to have a look at my. Whoopsie daisy. Got a box that just fell on the floor there. Right. I'm going to have a look into my tarot and astrology book, if you don't mind, for a moment there, Virgo, because I know that this is first decan in Virgo, but I just want to see what it says about that. 1 second. So let's have a look at the Nine of Coins, which is 148. Page 148. Let's have a look at this. So we've got. Lord of material gain. That's material gain there, because you're gaining things material, and sometimes when you're gaining material stuff, you can really build quite things up. So it maybe need to kind of look into this and really kind of think about, well, what can I get rid of? So here we see Venus the Empress given rulership over part of the Hermit's realm. This is rulership over this realm. That's interesting, because it mentions the Hermit here. You're being given rulership over the Hermit's realm. So even in isolation, she surrounds herself with objects of beauty and comfort, symmetry and balance. When Venus visits the second decan of Virgo, she's in her fall. So 180 degrees from her exaltation in Pisces. Normally planets in fall are like unwelcome visitors, humble, dejected and an absolute weakest. Venus, however, is always a benefic planet. So even when she seemed to have fallen from grace, she manages to transform her environment. Okay, I don't want to read all of that stuff. The Golden Dawn designers of this card call Venus in Virgo the Lord of Material Gain, because Venus comes bearing gifts of prosperity, possessions. In fact, the card occasionally symbolises money from an inheritance or a bequest. So, the young woman in the Nine of Pentacles is reflecting on her physical surroundings. In a tarot reading, the Nine of Pentacles often represents time spent in peaceful solitude. It suggests a measure of comfort and security, as well as protection from the harsh realities of the outside world. And yeah, we could read it that way. I was just about, before I read that, to read it in that way as well. Because the Nine of Coins can also be the card of retreat, and the card of kind of going to, this could be the card of the spa and getting like massages and things like that. So there is an element of spending time in solitude and comfort. And there's a couple of things I'm reading into here. Firstly, some of you guys, because the Hermit tends to withdraw, this is the gilded cage, it may be a week to focus on kind of coming out of, the isolation that we've been in. So just getting out there and doing a few more things, maybe out in nature. But the Hermit is pointing towards the Nine of Coins. And for me, immediately as I saw that, it was almost like, because the Hermit tends to not always be materially secure, look at him, he's in rags and she's in, she's in beauty and she's got all of her comfort things there, Virgo. Maybe a week to focus on, maybe, especially for me, this card can definitely be the card of hoarding lots of things. Maybe a week to focus on what you've been hoarding, all the material possessions that you've been building up. Maybe there's a need to get rid of some stuff. The other thing to say, though, it may be a week to focus on just spending some time to yourself as well. I know that I'm kind of jumbling up a lot of meanings here, but we can read all sorts of things. Usually if the Hermit is outside of it, I tend to read it the first way I read it, which is kind of like coming out of the gilded cage. But because it's facing in, I think it's probably more so, this is a week also for focusing on, you know, being, you know, taking time out in solitude and focusing on probably your health, because the Nine of Coins is like eating good stuff and, you know, relaxing and meditating and things like that. So it might be a week that's good at focusing on your health and, you know, just spending time in comfort and that type of thing with those cards as well. Showing there was something else I was about to say. Also, the Hermit discovers things. So some of you guys might be discovering some financial gain here with the Nine of Coins, some additional money or something coming to you. So you've got the Five of Coins now. So the message this week is the Hermit. Okay, so look into, focus on your possessions with the Nine of Coins energy here. There's something about financial hardship or financial difficulties. Maybe you should be looking into what you have. Maybe there's a need to help others with the Five of Pentacles energy showing here. So we've got the Two of Cups, the Five of Coins and the Two of Cups, which is often a card that talks about the abandonment in a relationship here. Okay, so maybe some of you guys with the five, because we've got the relationship card of the Two of Cups, and there can be an abandonment card here when it comes to like rejection in a relationship, abandonment of a relationship showing here. Two of Cups energy. Now you've got more coin cards here. The family, okay, the security, the Two of Cups energy. So a relationship that is secure, for example, here. So the message this week, I think, is to focus on, I think for some of you guys, there is a need to focus on spending time on your own with this Nine of Coins energy showing here. Perhaps there's been an abandonment in terms of a long-term relationship or something like that for some of you Virgos. A need to focus on just spending time on your own and just reorganizing yourself and getting comfortable. Some of you guys may need to focus on with the Hermit energy showing here. Some of you guys may need to focus on, for example, with this Nine of Coins energy, the material possessions that you have. Maybe there's a need to help somebody here. Maybe this is somebody who's close to you in the family, the Two of Cups and the Ten of Coins, which can be the family, and this is close. So maybe there's a need to focus on your material. Do you have certain things? Is there a way that you could help others with the Five of Coins? Maybe these are people that you're really close to within your family, that type of thing, the Two of Cups and the Ten of Coins energy here. And I think that there is also a need, because we had the Two of Cups, a relationship that's secure showing here. So yeah, I just get the impression there's two ways to look at this. There's a need to focus on becoming comfortable. Some of you guys, there's been abandonment maybe within a long-term relationship, could be a marriage. Some of you guys, there's a need to focus on your material possessions. You may need to help somebody who's really close to you within the family, I think, as well. Let's have a look at your career. So we've got the Seven of Cups. I think that there are lots of choices that need to be made here. Lots of options. Maybe something confusing as well. Oh, the Eight of Wands energy. So there are messages here showing up. I think that there may be some confusing messages on the horizon for some of you guys in terms of work energy. Ace of Coins energy. So this could be something to do with money. I mean, this is work, but it's also money. So finances, payment perhaps. Showing here. The Two of Coins is next. It's from a different deck, of course. So this is financial transfer, money transfer. Ace of Coins is the money. That's the transfer. Oh, you got another Seven of Cups through the other deck. Seven of Cups energy. A money transfer. It feels like it's hidden. Like this is like when you get a Seven of Cups, this is the internet. So this is online. This is like an electronic thing. So money transfer, electronic money transfer. Maybe some confusing messages about money being transferred electronically, perhaps with that Seven of Cups, because Seven of Cups is the online thing as well. Like an internet thing, over the airways, that type of thing. It's all in the air. It's all in the, you know, it's all in the, you know, it's all in the online account, that type of thing. So it may be in work this week. There may be a bit of a confusing messages going back and forth. Maybe something concerning your financial transfer. It feels like it's being held up, because this is like up in the air. Seven of Cups is up in the air. Maybe a financial transfer is being held somewhere for some of you guys. So you may face some confusing messages about a money thing. Maybe it's something to do with your wages being transferred, because this is money being transferred. It feels like it's being kept up in the air, like money's not coming through, like your wages don't come in or something like that. But there may be a need to focus on that this week for work. And finally, for your love reading, oh, is this meant to be reversed? They're not meant to be reversed. I've put them in the wrong way. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just turn them around the right way. They're not meant to be reversed. I don't have reversals. No point in having reversals in this deck. Right, for love, Virgo, what have we got? So we've got the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, the juggling act of the Two of Coins. Let's have a look at what he's doing here. So we've got these people coming towards him. They're coming off the ship. So two people coming off a ship on this card. And I always read these cards, as I always say in all the readings that I'm doing, I always read them kind of like the illustration. I don't read the meaning. I read the illustration more than anything. Though we need to read the meaning into it as well, because it gives us that jumping point from the illustration. So usually the normal Two of Coins in a relationship reading, sometimes this is compromises, sometimes this is somebody doing a balancing act. Sometimes this is somebody with the Two of Coins energy playing the field a little bit. They've got two lovers with the Two of Coins energy. Sometimes it's somebody who's weighing things up. We've got two people here. Two people coming towards, they've come off the ship. Two of Coins in love. Let's have a look at the next one. The Seven of Pentacles. So this card I always read as being bearing results. Though you can read money into love readings to do with it being a money situation. So this situation here is bearing results. It's almost like, I don't know whether this is somebody who's juggling two jobs and it's paying off. It feels like it's something to do with in love, that somebody's been juggling things, but it's beginning to pay off financially, I think. Let's have a look at the next one. And I think it's bringing strength, or it's bringing your relationship together. Okay, this is soothing to me as well. If you look at the woman, she's soothing the male, the Leo. So soothing the lion, it's soothing the anger, or it's soothing. It feels like it's something to do with some of you guys in a relationship here, that though one of you may have been working quite a bit, the message in terms of love is that this is paying off, because it's actually helping to soothe some of the problems, or the worries, or that lion. I'm going to ask who the lion is in the reading. What does the lion represent? Because it feels like it's making the relationship stronger. But the woman on the card here, and actually Virgo, that's you, isn't it? That's you. The woman is Virgo, that's Leo. So what is the Leo? What is the lion energy? That's you. So you're the lady, you're Virgo. Virgo is the woman on this card. So you're soothing something. What is the lion? What is the lion representative of? What is Virgo soothing here? We're seeing that somebody who's been juggling a lot, it looks like it's work. It looks like it's paying off. If you look at this juggler here, he's doing a juggling act for these people. So it's almost like somebody in the relationship has been juggling a lot of stuff here, but it's beginning to pay off now, and it's making the relationship, it's making the relationship better, but it's almost like it's helping you to soothe something here. What is it helping to soothe? What is Virgo soothing in that lion in two cards? You're soothing, oh, it's in the reverse. The Knight of Coins in the reverse. So the Knight of Coins, it may be something to do with a lack of work, for example. Knight of Coins in the upright is work. Is that the right way around? It's not the right way around, is it? I'm reading it. Knight of Coins is in the upright. It's soothing something to do with work. And that's you again. Oh my God, how many times are you going to show up in the reading? There you are. That's Knight of Coins, that's you. Virgo is the Knight of Pentacles energy. So it's soothing you, the Knight of Coins. You're soothing the lion. But the lion, that's you, Virgo. So you're showing both times. The lion isn't the Leo, it's the Virgo. Because we're asking, well, what does the lion represent? What is the lion? You're soothing the lion, but what is the lion? What is it you're soothing? Yourself, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Okay, so you're soothing the Knight of Coins energy and the King of Swords. You're soothing. I'm wondering what you are. Is the Knight of Coins is commitment in a love reading. It can read two ways. It can either read as somebody who's committed and loyal, or it can show as somebody who's cautious. Let me just ask, what is this Knight of Coins then? What is the Knight of Pentacles? Let's turn this around the right way. What is the Knight of Pentacles in two cards? What can you just delve a bit deeper into what you mean the Knight of Pentacles is? Right, the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is a closer. So it must be something about commitment. the moon in the reverse. The moon in the reverse. So it's the Six of Cups and the moon in the reverse. Something from the past being revealed. So you're soothing. I think you're soothing your own caution, to be honest with you, because you're holding back on the lion, and the lion is you. And we're asking, well, what do you mean the lion is what is the lion? And he's saying, well, it's Virgo. It's the Knight of Coins energy. Okay, so if the lion is being controlled by you, and that lion is you, but the lion is actually showing as being the Knight of Pentacles, which the Knight of Pentacles wouldn't get out of control, then this must be something that you've been building up, I'm wondering. And this King of Swords energy, it's almost like you're soothing a building up. It's not work, you're soothing a building up of some form of, I think the King of Swords is some form of, I don't know whether this is the person, maybe you're soothing something that's been building up with this individual. Something, and we're asking, well, what do you mean by that? Because this doesn't really play in these two cards, because I just wanted a jumping point from those cards to see, well, is this caution or is it loyalty? So for me, it's about loyalty, because I think it's loyalty, because it's saying the Knight of Coins, we're clarifying, and we're saying it's about something from the past that needs to be revealed. So this is you being cautious here. All right, so this is, it's helping you. I think this is you actually holding back on something here. Okay, so let's have a look. Two of Coins here, in love. Two of Coins juggling is paying off. So you've been juggling something, I think. I think this is you, that you've been juggling something, but I think it's been paying off. It might be work, it might be projects that you've been juggling, but it's paying off because it's helping you to soothe something here. And you're soothing the Knight of Coins, which is yourself. You're soothing your cautiousness. Your cautiousness maybe against this individual here, this King of Swords. And that cautiousness is about something to do with your past that is now being revealed. So you're being more open. It's allowing you, whatever this is here, it's allowing you to be more cautious, to be more open with an individual here, I think. Excuse me. You're letting go of some emotion here with the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is always emotionally controlled. So I think that you're letting go of some emotion here with the King of Cups. And now, look at that, you're starting to focus on the potential for a relationship. Okay, there's something from your past. I think this might have been a past relationship and you're opening up about it now. And I think that with the Strength energy, now that Two of Coins, you've been juggling something and it's paying off. This isn't a job. It's not a job. It's something else. What is they been juggling? What's Virgo been juggling that's now paying off? It's now showing results. What is it that they've been juggling in two cards? Right, there's another individual here, isn't there? Virgo. So there's this person here. You've been juggling a King of Wands and a Chariot. So the Chariot. And the Chariot. Okay. You've been juggling two things. And it's interesting because the Chariot is a juggler themselves. He's trying to bring two things in. So you've been juggling. I'm asking what you're juggling. You've been juggling a King of Wands. And also, I think your desire probably to control your emotions. So maybe you've been trying to juggle a person here in which you've been trying to control your emotions. The Chariot is trying to control an emotion. So I think that what you've been trying to juggle is your ability, is this individual here, and your ability to control your emotions. And I think it's starting to pay off now with the Seven of Coins, because we can see here that you're controlling. The emotion that you're controlling is within that lion. The lion wants to go off and do what it wants to do, but you've been gently soothing that energy. In other words, how it's paying off is that you're soothing an urge here. All right, now that urge is the Knight of Coins energy here. So maybe the Knight of Coins is you presenting something. Maybe you're presenting I don't know what the pentacle signifies, but you're presenting and I think that this isn't I think that this King of Swords is this King of Wands. I think that the urge is to present the evidence, or to present something of yourself, the pentacle, to this King of Swords. Now, this King of Swords is somebody who's probably emotionally cut off from you, i.e. it's this King of Wands. They're the same person, just showing in different energies. Because we'll read it again in a moment, but you're managing all of this hard work. You've been juggling your ability to control your emotions around this King of Wands. So you've been trying to control, what is Virgo trying to control? But it's to do with an individual, a King of Wands, somebody who you've been trying to emotionally, I think that you've been trying to control your emotions concerning that individual, and it's paying off because you're able to, that's you Virgo, the lady, control the lion. This is your urge. What is your urge to do? We asked what the lion was. It's the Knight of Coins. It's yourself. It's your urge, I think, with the Knight of Coins to go out there and present something to this person here, this King of Swords. I'm going to ask what it is that you're trying to present. What is it that Virgo wants to present to the King of Swords? This King of Wands, I think, is cut off from some of you guys, but you want to present him with something, him or her with something. What does Virgo want to present to this King of Wands stroke King of Swords in 2 cards? Well, we know that what you want to present is you want to open up. This is something to do with the past and you want to reveal something here. So what is it? We'll ask more aptly. What is it you want to reveal? What does Virgo want to reveal to this person in 2 cards? Justice. And the 4 of Cups energy. So you want to reveal to them your decision to let them go. I think, because the 4 of Cups is to give up on something, it's to reject it, it's to let it go. Okay, and the Justice card is your decision, I think, with the 4 of Cups energy, to let them go. That is your urge, that is what you're trying to resist in love. The 4 of Cups energy showing there. Okay, to let them go. And that's why you're letting go of the emotion and focusing on other relationships with others. You know, it's a very intricate reading, but I think that what it's saying is that for some of you Virgos in love, there's been this urge to tell somebody, I've let you go, to almost explain to them, okay, fine, I've let you go, I'm done with the relationship, I don't want any more of it. But I think that almost in this layer here, it's saying that there is a magic in silence, really here. And I think in love, there is no need to explain to anyone that you've let them go, because they've let you go, I think. I think this person's let you go and you want to tell them that you've let them go. But it's almost like the universe is saying there's no need to tell them anything because there is a magic in your own silence. All you need to do is release the emotion that you feel and focus now, turn away from the sadness and focus on the potential for other relationships. So I think that's what's happening in love. Let's go through this reading again one more time, and then we're going to look at the spiritual advice. So this week, general advice is there's a need to, I think, focus on the things that you have, the material comforts that you have. There may be somebody who needs financial help or material help. You know, you may need to look at if you've got too much of one thing, too much food or too much, you know, something that you don't use. Maybe somebody could do with this. It may be somebody that you're close to within the family. There is also a need, I think, to, excuse me. There is also, I think, a need to probably focus on somebody who's isolated maybe as well. Maybe they need some help. Again, I think it's somebody you may be close to in the family. There is also, I think, a need, though, to focus on solitude as well for some of you Virgos this week. Just taking time out, solitude in comfort, relaxing, pampering yourself, which is the 9 of Coins. Some of you guys have been rejected in a relationship, abandoned in a relationship, or you've had to abandon a relationship, and I think it may have been a relationship that was around for a very long time. The other thing is for work, I think there may be some confusing messages coming through. It's to do with a financial transfer. It may still be being held somewhere. It looks like it's an online error or something to do with a financial transfer. It looks like it's wages within work. Finally, for love, some of you guys, you've been trying to juggle quite a bit, but what you've been trying to juggle is an individual here, a King of Wands, could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Somebody who, with the Chariot energy, I think you've been trying to control your emotions over, okay? But I think that the fact that you've been trying to juggle that, I think it's actually paying off, all right? Because I think that it's allowing you as Virgo to have some form of control over that urge, and the urge is with the Knight of Coins to present them with the evidence, present them with your truth being present them, Knight of Coins energy. And we could say actually this isn't the person, we could say that this is simply you presenting them with your truth, because the King of Swords is all about the truth and the evidence. So your urge is to present them with the truth. So it might actually be that you're not telling them, I mean, it may be with the Justice energy that you have accepted. Justice is acceptance as well, so we read it that way. That you've been juggling a desire for an individual here and your need to kind of contain it with that Chariot. It's paying off because you're finally getting control over your urge. You, Virgo, are controlling the urge of the Lion. The Lion is you, and the urge is to show someone, to give someone the evidence, to tell them something, to present them with some form of an evidence, I think, with this Knight of Coins and the King of Swords. And that evidence is all about a past situation that now you want to reveal. You want to open up about the past. And what you want to open up about is that you've accepted, I think, justice. You've accepted the Four of Cups. Their rejection off you, probably, I think, with this Four of Cups energy showing here. But I think the universe is saying it's fine, you don't need to do that, because there is beauty in silence. Because what we're actually seeing, I think, is you finally releasing this emotion with the King of Cups and accepting that this is over and you need to start looking at another relationship. And what's the spiritual advice is, the spiritual advice is a new day. Let go of what was in order to make room for what's to come. It may be time to release a relationship that has run its course, a job that's lost its luster, or a depleting commitment. The past is over. What's done is done. Acknowledge the feelings, learn from the experience, and give yourself permission to release any negative emotions or guilt. When one area of our life falls apart, new opportunities fall into place. Fantastic. Wonderful reading, Virgo, for the week, I'd like to say. Thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like your own personal reading, you can click on the link in the comments section or the end screen. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.